What comes to mind when you picture the Buddha? For most of us, it's an image like this, a symbol of absolute, unshakable serenity. A being who had an answer for everything, wrapped in a cloak of gentle calm. But the scriptures, the suttas, paint a more dynamic picture. They tell of times when seekers would ask the Buddha purely metaphysical questions like, is the universe eternal? Or, does a liberated person exist after death? And sometimes, the Buddha's response was a deep, profound, and thundering silence. This wasn't because he didn't know the answer. His silence was the answer. It was a direct lesson. Your logical mind is asking a question that its tools cannot answer. You are trying to measure the ocean with a thimble. This radical teaching method of deliberately short-circuiting the intellect to point to a deeper truth was the seed of a practice that would blossom centuries later in Zen. Today, we delve into one of the most intriguing and often misunderstood practices in all of Buddhism, the Zen Kōan. You've probably heard the famous one. What is the sound of one hand clapping? To the Western mind, these can sound like nonsensical riddles or frustrating paradoxes designed to confuse, but they are anything but. A koan is a sophisticated spiritual technology. In this episode, we'll explore the true purpose of a koan, and I'll share a crucial shift in understanding that reveals how you're meant to answer one that seems utterly illogical. A koan, which can be translated as public case, is a story, dialogue, question, or statement from a Zen master. These are not academic puzzles. They are living inquiries, often taken from the real encounters of past masters who had moments of deep awakening. A famous example is, a monk asked Master Zajo, "Does a dog have Buddha nature?" Zajo replied, "Mu." Mu means no or nothingness. The purpose of a koan is not to be solved by the intellect. It's a direct challenge to the supremacy of the intellect. Its function is to bring you to the absolute limit of your logical, rational, discriminating mind, and then push you over the edge. Imagine you are standing before a large, imposing door. You are told that the greatest treasure you can imagine is on the other side. The door, you believe, is locked. Your intellect is like a keychain holding thousands of keys. Each key is a concept: logic, reason, philosophy, memory, analysis. You begin trying them one by one. You try the philosophical key. The door represents the barrier between ignorance and enlightenment. It doesn't turn. You try the analytical key. Perhaps the lock is rusty or the door is warped. The lock doesn't budge. You spend days, weeks, years trying every key you possess. You read books to get more keys. You debate with others about the best type of key. You become an expert on keys and locks, but the door remains shut. You become exhausted, frustrated, and finally, you just give up. In that moment of complete surrender, of utterly not knowing, you slump against the door in defeat. And it swings open. You discover the treasure was not that the door was locked, but that it was never locked at all. The only thing keeping you out was your persistent belief that you needed a key. The koan is this door. The answer is not another key, not a clever phrase or a philosophical concept. The answer is the direct bodily experience of walking through the door. It is the shift from thinking about reality to experiencing it directly. The koan is a tool designed to produce this shift, an awakening experience known in Zen as kensho. Our modern world worships the intellect. We are trained to believe that every problem can be solved. Every question has an answer. And if we don't know it, we can Google it. We live in the world of keys, constantly searching for the right one to unlock happiness, success, or peace. The spirit of koan practice is a powerful antidote to this anxiety. It teaches us that life's most profound questions cannot be answered by the thinking mind. You cannot logically solve the feeling of grief. You cannot analyze your way into love. You cannot find the meaning of your own existence on a Wikipedia page. Engaging with this practice cultivates a deep comfort with not knowing. It allows us to relax our ceaseless mental grasping. When you're facing a complex problem at work or in a relationship, the instinct is to think harder, to analyze more. The koan points to another way, to hold the question, to be present with the raw data of the situation without needing an immediate answer, and to allow a more intuitive, holistic insight to arise. It's the difference between trying to force a flower to bloom and providing the right conditions for it to open on its own. You don't need to be in a monastery to touch the spirit of a koan. You can engage with it right now through a practice I call just this. Find a simple object. Pick up something nearby, a pen, a stone, a leaf, your cup of tea. Ask the unanswerable. Hold the object and ask a simple koan-like question that your intellect can possibly not answer. For example, looking at the pen, ask, "What is this before the word pen?" Resist the intellect. Your mind will instantly jump in with keys. It's plastic. It's for writing. It's blue. Gently notice these answers and let them go. They are not the answer. Experience directly. Let the question dissolve the concepts. Simply be with the direct experience of the object. Feel its weight in your hand. See the way light reflects from its surface. Notice its texture, its temperature. This direct, non-verbal, intimate knowing. This is the territory the koan points you toward. Just this. This practice shifts you for a moment from the world of concepts to the world of direct presence. A Zen Kōan is not a riddle to be solved. It is an invitation to be accepted. It is a finger pointing at the moon of reality. The mistake is to spend our time analyzing the finger. The entire practice is about encouraging us to finally look up and see the moon for ourselves. The purpose of a koan is not to find a clever answer, but to become the question itself, until the division between the questioner and the question dissolves into a moment of clear seeing. What are the locked doors in your own life
that you keep trying to unlock with the same old keys? I invite you to share your reflections in the comments. If this exploration opened a new door for you, please subscribe to the Mindful Compass and share this video. May you have the courage to put down your keys and simply be present with what is.